Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, we are continuing our look at all of the good cards from Sun and Moon 7A, that's Thunderclap Spark, over in Japan. Today, we are having a quick look at Tapu Koko, a Pokemon which apparently is always good. Which is weird. Now, we've only actually had a couple of Tapu Koko so far. We have had the promo Tapu Koko, which for a double colorless energy does 20 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon, and has free retreat. That's pretty gosh darn good. And we've actually had a couple different copies of that, just in case you didn't have the right artwork. And yes, there is a shiny Tapu Koko with the exact same, well, it's the same card, exact same everything, which will be coming out as one of the free pack blister promos very soon indeed. Put simply, that Tapu Koko won't go away. And then we've got Tapu Koko GX, which admittedly is not quite as good a card. Nice ability, puts all the lightning energy over to it, which is quite nice. And that's, the GX attack, to be honest with you. The GX attack is really nice. 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. It's not seen a huge amount of play, although it keeps popping up. But when Rayquaza GX becomes big, and I'm convinced it will, you can expect this to be teched as pretty much a one-of into every Rayquaza deck. But what about the new Tapu Koko? Well, the good news is it's a basic Pokemon, and it's weirdly got a retreat cost of 1, and the reason it's got free retreat in the promo is because it's so fast in the video game. Yes, it gets free retreat with a skateboard, but it shouldn't need it. To be perfectly honest, it should have it anyway. Weakness to fighting sucks with Buzzwole running around, but at least it's got 120 HP. Which means a Buzzwole with a Diancie Prism Star will only be doing 100 and won't get a KO. If they use their 1 in their deck Beast Energy, they can still get a 1-hit KO on you, but I would think that's probably a little bit overboard for KOing a Tapu Koko. Although 120 HP kind of sucks because it does mean that Zoroark can get a nice easy 1-hit KO. Being lightning does mean you're hitting weakness against Ho-Oh, which is pretty nice, and it does mean that you can use stuff like Ether Paradise Conservation Area to reduce a bit of damage. It means that Zera Aura will give you free retreat as long as you've got some lightning energy attached to you. It means that Thunder Mountain will reduce your attack cost by 1 lightning energy, and it means that Electro Power will mean that your attacks do an extra 30. In Thunderclap Spark, the Pokemon Company are really saying, hey, play lightning. So what do the attacks do? Well, the first attack, double colorless energy, and you may switch it with one of your bench Pokemon. It's a hit and run attack. Simple as that. You hit for 30 damage and you switch to the bench, at which point we need what I often refer to as a wall Pokemon to stick up and be like, ha, now you can't do much, and we've lost some of the good ones. We're losing Wobbuffet by the time this comes out to block abilities, and we lost Trevenant a while ago, which kind of sucks because that blocked item cards. We are going to have Slacking, but that is a stage 2. It blocks abilities, but it is a stage 2. We are going to have Glaceon GX, which blocks abilities of EXs and GXs, but then you're sticking a 2-prize Pokemon in the active, so that one really is up to you. And then we've got Outrage Pokemon like Tauros, that does 30 damage times the amount of damage which is on it, or does 20 plus the amount of damage which is on it, all for a double colorless. And then we got the Zekrom and the Reshiram from Shining Legends, which have similar outragey style attacks. And actually, if you want to be hitting Zoroark for weakness, and why wouldn't you, the Donphan from Champion Road does as much damage as is on it for 1 fighting energy. So that could be a nice one to stick up in its place. It's not a stunning hit and run Pokemon, and you do need to use a double colorless energy, but it's not too bad, and we're actually building up a nice little run of these Pokemon, because at the moment we now have this, which does 30 and flicks to the bench, hitting for lightning weakness. We've got Tapu Fini that does 20 and flicks to the bench, but for 1 colorless energy, so that's pretty nice. And we've got the new Deoxys coming, which does 30 and flicks to the bench. This is the speed form. Annoyingly, this is for a lightning energy, but then again, Tapu Koko's for colorless energy, and Tapu Fini is for colorless energy, so maybe we don't mind as much using Psychic Energy. Again, this only hits for 20. Why does Tapu Koko hit for more? Because Tapu Koko is using 2 energy rather than 1. And between them, we've kind of got the makings here of a nice little hit and run deck, using a variety of Pokemon hitting for every weakness. Now, we're far from the position where we can hit for every weakness, and none of these are as good as the Donphan from Plasma Storm, which at least in the last few years is the gold standard of hit and run Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, that had strong energy and fighting stadium and all sorts. But we've still got Choice Band, which is nice. And the great thing about Choice Band is, especially when you're hitting for weakness, it adds up quick. So this Tapu Koko against something like a Ho-Oh is hitting 120 while flicking to the bench. And Deoxys is hitting 100. And Tapu Fini is hitting for 100. And okay, Tapu Fini's not hitting that much for weakness, but Deoxys is getting both Necrozma and it's getting Buzzwole. This could work quite nicely. Now, we're going to go back and focus on Tapu Koko again, because it really is a Tapu Koko video. I just wanted to let you all know that this was out there. And to be honest with you, if you are struggling to hit anything for lightning weakness, this is it. I did a video about the Onix the other day, and some of you thought it wasn't very good. I think it's good, and the reason I like it is because you are hitting for fighting weakness regardless of what type of energy you're using. Same thing here, ladies and gentlemen. You are hitting for lightning weakness, but you can use whatever energy you want. We need Pokemon that can hit for a particular weakness, but for colorless energy. And you know what? Tapu Koko does it for lightning. It's really quite nice. And with a Choice Band, you're doing a decent amount of damage. So you can either use it as a hit and run Pokemon on its own, or you can start building a hit and run deck using it, or you can just put it into whatever deck you like and just have it as a Pokemon that's hitting for lightning weakness. And in terms of energy cost, don't forget that as well as using double colorless energy here, we've also got Counter Gain, which if you're behind on prizes, will reduce the attack cost by 1 colorless energy, meaning it's for any colorless energy you like, which is redonk. Also, I should mention that you could also play Counter Energy, but I think either double colorless or Counter Gain really is the way to go here. And then there's a second attack here as well, which is none too shabby. What it allows you to do is 120 damage, and then it can't use this attack next turn. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I mean, 120 hits 240 with weakness, and even though Ho-Oh's the main thing we're hitting at the moment, it's only the biggest of Pokemon like Metagross that have 250 HP. 120 is fine. Remember that with a Choice Band, this is 150. With a single Electro Power, this is 180. With 2 Electro Power and a Choice Band, this is 210. And stuff like Buzzwole and Zoroark will be going down here. Now, you can only play 4 Electro Power in your deck for now, but what Electro Power really does is it opens it up to really being a lot more viable, because attacks that don't quite do as much damage now do enough damage. And let's not forget Thunder Mountain brings this down to a lightning colorless cost. And Counter Gain brings it down to 2 lightning, at which point Counter Energy becomes quite nice. Or Thunder Mountain and Counter Gain together bring it down to just 1 lightning cost. Or if you're playing a Vikavolt deck, this is a single strong charge and then any basic energy. You see where I'm going with this? There are a lot of good things that you can do with Tapu Koko. This second attack is great if you're hitting for weakness, or if you can combo it with some Electro Power, otherwise it is a little bit underpowered. The first attack, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that you can go to the bench and stick up a wall. I love that we've got a potential hit and run deck rolling here. I love that this is a lightning type attacker for colorless energy. There is a lot to like about Tapu Koko, and for that reason I'm giving it between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. Not the best card ever, but certainly a very playable card, and it continues Tapu Koko's run of not having had a bad card yet. Although if you think it's a bad card, there is a comment section, so please do feel free to go nuts, as long as you follow the cardinal rule and remember to be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.